Vinny Tortorich here. Hey man, if you're a fan of Izzy, you might be a fan of me too. I'm the guy that gets people to lose a lot of weight. I have something free for you guys. This is no clickbait. Just go to VinnyTortorich.com and there's a big banner. It's a free PDF, how to lose weight. It's an intro guide to NSNG at VinnyTortorich.com. Go check it out exclusively for anyone who listens to Izzy Presley. Thank you.
Replay Guitar Exchange is your premier independent guitar store. Being independent is good. With all of the major brands, including new, vintage, and pre-owned, you can find the guitar, bass, amp, or accessory you are dreaming of. From vintage to the newest models, Replay Guitar Exchange can help you find that perfect piece. They have industry veteran expert staff, all players like you down to the owner. You aren't just getting a great guitar, you're getting the Replay difference. Find them online at replayguitar.com and find your dream guitar today.
Hey ladies, Sass Pants Designs will take that rock shirt that everyone has and make it your own in a flattering, sassy, and simple way. There are one-of-a-kind tank tops, lace-up tees, and tube top dresses already in stock. Check out the online store at sasspantsdesigns.com and like Sass Pants Designs on Facebook for special offers and custom orders. That's sasspantsdesigns.com, sasspantsdesigns.com. Sass Pants will make you the envy of the party.
Rockwood Saloon Authentic Apparel takes rock and roll fashion to a new level with their tees and tanks for men and women. They also make custom shirts, jackets, vests, pants, hoodies, beanies, and more. The Rockwood Graphics Department can design anything from your logo, t-shirt design, promo posters, band swag, and printed at great prices. From tour shirts and custom stage gear to killer threads for the street to the stage, Rockwood Saloon has it all. Rockwood Saloon, authentic rock and roll apparel for stage and street. World tour tested for quality, comfort, style, and durability. Check them out at www.rockwoodsaloon.com. That's rockwoodsaloon.com.
Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Hello, you crazy dirt fucker!
Party time!
Yes, it is party time. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. Hello, Kiss Geeks and Kiss Army. My name is Izzy Presley, and this is another fucking podcast, and god damn it, I played the wrong intro. But that's okay. I mean, this is the Izzy Presley show, and I played the Another Effing Podcast intro, but that's all right. You know, shit happens. You get excited, and, you do two shows, and you have one layout, and sometimes you forget to change the stuff, but that's all right. Hope everybody's having a great day. Yes, it is Kiss Week here on Another Effing Podcast and the Izzy Presley Show. And today, in the second half of the show, I will be giving you my non-makeup era album countdown. Yes, worst to first. Izzy, you did this on the Monsters of Rock Morning Show. Why are you doing it again? Because I can. That's why. And plus, I decided that I needed to add in a couple albums. I went with full studio albums, no live, no greatest hits, no nothing. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to redo this, and I'm going to put in Kiss Alive 3. I'm going to put in Kiss Unplugged. Going to put in Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. And also, one question that people kept asking me when I was doing it, does Creatures of the Night count because it was re-released with a non-makeup cover? And I said no. But damn it, I changed my mind. I changed my mind, and that will also be included in the non-makeup album countdown, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to get to all that. Second half of the show. And look, if you guys want to get your picks in, you want to contribute on Monday night on the Izzy Presley Show, I will be playing and reading your countdown lists. I've already got two. Michael Brandvold from Three Sides of the Coin sent his in already. And I got one that I'm going to play today to kind of give you an idea of what you can do. Philip Schuss from the Ace Frehley Band, from the Gene Simmons Band, and the Rock and Roll Resident. He sent his in already as well, and I'm going to play that at the end of the first segment to give you an idea of what you can do. Or, you know what? If you don't want to do the record on your phone and email it to me, you can just email me the text list, and that's fine. Izzy at izzypresleyproductions.com. That's Izzy at izzypresleyproductions.com. Send that over, and I will read it or play it on Monday's show. So there you go. I will have a couple in-studio guests on Monday. Matt Larson will be popping in. Scotty Slam from Circus of Power will be popping in. I think I might have Jacob Bunton sending one in. We know him from Lynham. And Neon Coven, amazing songwriter. And everybody on the Monsters of Rock cruise knows Jacob very, very well. And I got some feelers out to some people. So hopefully, hopefully we'll get some people sending them in. I sent a large email out. Yeah, of course I'm trying to do the Trunk Top 20. But it's different because it's not top 20 songs. I'm just counting down the list. Counting down my list of the non-makeup albums. And I did this already. And look, props to Eddie. And when I have Eddie on the show, I'm going to give him shit about this because I think one of the hackiest things in radio is lists. Everybody loves lists. No, they don't. But Eddie, being the genius wizard that he is, turned a hacky bit into a very entertaining segment and show. I mean, he kills 2 to 3 shows with his top 20 list. And good for him, man. Props. That's why Eddie is king. And so I was going to bust his balls about it, but, he's a radio professional. I know you're kidding, Dick. I know you're kidding, buddy. So, yeah, this is a ripoff of Eddie Trunk. I'm not lying. I ain't lying. I'll own it. But I'm putting my own little twist on it. It's not a top 20 list. It's a countdown. So it is different, ladies and gentlemen. Casey Kasem. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a long-distance dedication. I love Casey Kasem. I listen to Casey Kasem every weekend when I'm driving on 70s on 7. Oh, here, let me crack this. Unfortunately, this is not a Steve Weiser. This is a La Croche water. Dick, I know you were kidding. I was just rolling with it, buddy. You gave me something to roll on, and I had to roll on it. So, yeah, it's Kiss Week here on the show. And Kiss Week will extend into next Monday. Because this Monday show wasn't really a Kiss-based show. It was just kind of setting up the boundaries of Kiss Week. Of course, Tuesday night, Randy Ingebrigtsen, Freaky Useless from Hairball and Flip fame, was on the show. And, of course, we have a long, old-school Kiss connection. So we talked a lot about Kiss. And then Bruce Kulick's pre-recorded interview was on the show. And I thought that was very, very great. If you guys missed it, he dropped a little bomb on us. We were talking about Garth Brooks and the Hard Luck Woman when they performed it on Jay Leno. And Bruce came forward and he said, and he laid it right out. It was like, when we recorded that was the only song that we were on Kiss My Ass. And I did not have Kiss My Ass in this countdown, just for the fact that it was a tribute record, even though it was put out by Kiss in the non-makeup era. But it was, if you missed it, he talked about how they went to Nashville to record it with Garth, and Garth was so cool and so nice. But Bruce did not do his homework. Bruce did not know the song, and Paul tried to show it to him. And Paul ended up playing all of the guitars on the Kiss My Ass version of Hard Luck Woman featuring Garth Brooks. So it was Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, and Eric Singer. Pardon me. The crotch water is bubbly. So, yeah, that was kind of a bombshell that he dropped. I did not know the moment. And Bruce, this is a scoop. He gave me a scoop. Ooh, that was a good one, too. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Once again, if you guys want to get your lists in, you can send them via text or get on that recorder on your phone and send it to me at Izzy at izzypresleyproductions.com. And I'll play it back or read it back on Monday Night Show, which might be later. It might be later. I know for sure Saturday and Sunday I have this gig, which is 9 to 9. And it might turn into a 2-week thing. So there might be a chance next week's shows will be after 9 p.m. California time. But, of course, if you can't listen live, you know you can always download the show here on Spreaker. You can always download the show after the fact on iTunes. The show is always available on YouTube, audio only. And so just hit that follow button if you're listening live on Spreaker right now. And hit that subscribe button on iTunes if you download the show on iTunes. And then, it's on YouTube. It's there. Do make sure you hit all the great sponsors. And, support them, because if you support them and they get money rolling in because of this show, then that turns into a little, grease in the palms of one Izzy Presley. And I am all for that. So, what else do we got? T-shirts are available. You can get the T-shirts on all of the social media at Real Izzy Presley, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And, of course, the show page, which is another effing podcast. So, and yeah, I guess we all know too that if you do not want my t-shirts, you can just send me money to support the show, because we all know this is not free to put on. IzzyPresley@yahoo.com is your PayPal. Feel free. I'm not going to say no to money. Izzy likes money. I think we all do. I really think we all do. So yeah, we'll get to my non-makeup album countdown list on the second half of the show. We'll be playing Phil Shoes right before we go into the break. But yeah, it's Kiss Week, and last night was a big night for me because I finally got to meet Paul Stanley. I waited online, and that's old school New York term for like being in line, not like online on the internet and shit. So we went down to Barnes & Noble here at the Grove and got in line. I was in group number 10. Didn't really wait that long. I got there about 4:45, 10 to 5. We got in line to get our wristbands, and they said, come back at 6:15, and we did. And we waited for about 45 minutes until 7 o'clock when it started. And it went really fast. I was out of there by 8 o'clock, so it wasn't really a lot of waiting. In that little time, myself and Vanessa and Kathy, that I was in line with, friends from the Monsters of Rock cruise, we went over to next door to the Cheesecake Factory, and there's lots of Kiss fans in there doing exactly what we were doing. And that was drinking. Yes, went over there and drank with some Kiss fans, waiting to go get back in line. Met a lot of very, very, very cool people. And waited in line with some very, very cool people, too. One guy that was actually in the audience when we did the Bruce Kulick Live at the other door a little bit over a year ago. So, that's a bad hit. I got hockey on. Got some hockey on. Game number 1 of the semis. Boston and Carolina. Hope those damn jerks lose. Goddamn Carolina Hurricanes. Anyways, we're not going to talk about hockey right now, though. So, yeah, I went down. I met Paul. It was cool. It was quick. A quick little 10-second take 3 or 4 photos and say hi and move along. But he didn't run away like he did at the Kiss convention. Oh, my God. If you guys have not heard that story, fuck it. I'll tell it again. No, I won't. Go back and listen to the freaky, the Randy interview. And I tell the story in that interview. So it was cool. I haven't dove into the book yet because, reading. I might listen to it, but I got my autographed book. I'm very happy about it. I got my picture with Paul. Yes, the promo for this show has Paul Stanley in the photo with me. Paul Stanley is not appearing on this show. Just so nobody gets excited and think the Star Child is actually going to be on the show. Absolutely not. I'd have him in a heartbeat. As you all know, I would have Paul on here in a heartbeat, but, it is what it is. Delusions of grandeur is basically what we could call it. So, but yeah, it was cool. I finally got to meet Paul. I got my picture. I got my autograph. And it was exactly what I wanted. Exactly like when I met Ace. Handshake. a thank you, a photo, and move along. You know, that way it's quick, it's simple, and you're not trying to have a long conversation with them as they're trying to, you know, get people through. And then there's no chance of them being a dick to you if they're in a bad mood, which I'm sure Paul was not in a bad mood last night because he sold a shit ton of books and probably got paid a pretty penny for that appearance. And, you know, the reason they do them at Barnes & Noble is because yeah, Boston scored. I love it. I love it. Barnes & Noble is one of those bookstores that reports to the New York Times bestseller list. And they do these in-stores at places like that because every book that they sell at these meet and greets, and you have to buy a book to get in the meet and greet, you know, so if they have 1,500, 2,000 people like they did in New Jersey, that's 2,000 books in a matter of just a couple hours, and that helps one rise very highly on that bestseller list. So I would expect Mr. Stanley's book to be reaching near the top of that bestsellers list, doing all these meet and greets. And yeah, I know there's not, but Amber says, sadly, there aren't many bookstores left. And that's true. I mean, you got your Barnes and Nobles, and every once in a while you come across a locally owned one, which is very far and few between now because everything's Amazon. I mean, everything's online, which is sucks. You know, it's like everybody, it's Trump's fault that all these stores are. No, it's not. It's online. Everybody's buying shit online now. Nobody's going out and shopping. And I am manly enough to say that I enjoy shopping. I enjoy going to the mall. I enjoy all that stuff. So that's just the way it is. That's the way the world works at this point. There was a photo, and I'm going to post this on the show page right now on another effing podcast. That I shared in a text thread, and I was getting some hell over it, looking like I was freaking Paul out. Oh, here, hold on. Let's post the photo. Let's post the photo. Priya, who was supposed to be on this show tonight, she is flying out to Indianapolis with Keith LaRue for the KISS Expo tonight, so she was not able to do the show. But she was working the thing with Keith last night, and she took a bunch of side photos. And I'm going to post this picture now. And somebody in this text thread decided that he would send it to John 5, and John 5 laughed his ass off, apparently, because of the still photo, it looks like I'm freaking Paul out or creeping him out or scaring him or whatever, which I was not. I was a very cordial man. But yes, it does look a little freaky. Talking about this so-called creepy photo right now. And we'll put the show link in there. There we go. It is up on the... It looks like I'm like shaking him down for money or something. Or it looks like I'm pissed. Like, God damn it, Paul. Oh, yeah. So that photo is up on the show page right now. But yeah, I was catching some hell for that photo in this text thread because, oh, God damn it, did they fucking score now? Goddamn jerks. Stupid Carolina Hurricanes. So yeah, go ahead and comment on that. And feel free to make fun of me. It's all good. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for your entertainment. I really, really am. But I'm really excited about redoing this list because I do love the 80s era of KISS. I do. The whole non-makeup, 82 or 83 to 95, right before the reunion, because that was my teenage years. That was I got into KISS. I got my first KISS record December 24th, 1976. Not Asylum, obviously, because I'm old. It would have been Destroyer. That was underneath the Christmas tree, and I was hooked for life. And there was a little year in the late 70s, early 80s when I kind of got out of it, and Lick It Up came out, and then it was the one thing that really got me right back into it was Animalized Live Uncensored that aired on MTV. And then, of course, that videotape was available at Video Update. So I rented that as many times as I possibly could. Then ended up buying it from a video store like 3 years later or 4 years later for like $2. They sold it to me. It's like, yeah, nobody rents it. Go ahead. Take it. It's yours. $2. It's all yours. Or I think I might have paid $10, whatever. So I still have the VHS version of that. But I still listen. I have the audio of it. I listen to it all the time because I love Kiss Animalized Live Uncensored. Yes, they're playing 4,000 miles a minute. It is fast. I mean, it is faster than myself in bed. I mean, that is fast. But it's so damn cool. It is so cool. I love because you get live versions of, like Thrills in the Night and shit like that. Shit that you're never going to hear in a Kiss show ever again. Oh, Jesus Christ. These assholes. Okay, the replay didn't score again. Sorry, I'm a hockey guy. I'm a Minneapolis kid. It's in the blood. We're South Canada up there, so I have to keep my eye on this hockey game. But I love that era, and it was a combination of that and my friend Monty Lummel coming over with his guitar. He had this pointy, cheap Sammy Hagar ripoff type pointy red guitar, and he started playing Detroit Rock City, and that got me back into playing guitar, and that got me really excited about Kiss again. So it was the combination of that, Animalized Live Uncensored, and then the anticipation of Crazy Nights coming out, and then Kiss Exposed, the video coming out. That got me all bonered up about Kiss again, and then it was just on. It was like full-blown Kiss mode for the rest of my life again. Sometimes you go through those phases where you kind of, filter out of something, but then you find it again and realize how great it was, and then you're stuck with it for life. I find myself doing that. I find myself dressing more now like I did when I was in high school, except I have long hair and not a fucking mullet. Like that photo of myself and Paul, you'll see that Crazy Night shirt that I'm wearing. That was from when I was a freshman in high school. It still fits. I'm a little bit girthier now, gut-wise. But that was from when I was a freshman in high school. And the hat, that was my freshman baseball hat. So I'm really dressing a lot like I did when I was in high school. But that's all right. That's all right because, yes, you got to be yourself. That's what it's all about. But yeah, I love that era. Of course, I mean, that's the first time I saw Kiss live was on Hot in the Shade. That was my first Kiss concert. I think I bought 3 or 4 t-shirts. I know I bought the black one. I bought the jersey tee, and I bought the white one, and I cannot find for the life of me the black one or the white one. I think I might have sold those at a garage sale. Why, I don't know. I sold a lot of killer shirts at garage sales. I don't know why the hell I did. Like Suicidal Tendencies and a bunch of Kiss. I don't know why in the hell I sold all that shit. Well, you live and you learn. Now you try to go find them online and you spend a shit ton of money trying to find them again. So, well, it is what it is. You live and learn. Michelle checking in. 80s was the best decade ever. I love the 80s era of music. I really do. People shit on it. It's just all big hair and spandex and hairspray and the same fucking song over and over and over. I get that. I get that argument. But there was a vibe about it. There was a feel, especially in the hard rock realm. Yeah, it got cookie cutter towards the end when it needed to go away. But it was about the party, and that's what I loved about it. I mean, the 90s rock came in, it was just, our life sucks. It's like, we know our life sucks. I want to hear songs about Jack Daniels and cocaine and doing blow off of strippers' asses and the party and the fucking the strippers. That was what we all dreamed about. That is why we wanted to be rock stars. That's why we wanted to be rock stars. We didn't want to stare at our shoes on stage and not play fucking guitar solos and sing about how bad our life sucks. We wanted the party. We wanted the rock and roll. We wanted, and all the fringe benefits that came along with it, a.k.a. the pussy. And Kiss in that era, that's the one thing about Kiss. They're innovators, but yet they're chameleons. innovators in the 70s that just brought this whole new thing to the world with their show and the makeup and the songs. Nobody had ever heard anything like that before. Kiss never sounded like anybody else, even in the 80s. Yeah, they changed with the times. It was more of a current sound, but yet it still sounded like Kiss. It didn't sound like Bon Jovi. It didn't sound like, dude, fucking Wasp. And I love Wasp. It didn't sound like any of that. It was Kiss. It was just a different era. It was poppier. It was more polished. They were still singing about the exact same things they were singing about in the 70s. Fucking girls. It's true. Michelle wants to know, did people in the Midwest take Levi's denim shirts and cut sleeves off and shoot the shirt with a shotgun to make it have holes in it? No, not that I know of, but that sounds like fun. That's not, oh dude, I want to do that with not a leather jacket, but put a denim jacket. Oh, that'd be killer. Blast it a few times with a shotgun and then put patches. Oh my God. Fucking brilliant. Melissa, this is your next task. When we do my patch jacket, shoot it a couple times with a shotgun to make it all ratty. Fucking brilliant. Sometimes I amaze even myself. Thank you, Michelle. Looks like we got some comments coming in on the comments, or they likes? Let's see. Comments. Let's see. Comments on the Paul Stanley picture. Eric says, Prince looks terrible. Michelle says, looks like you're pretty tall, Izzy. Yes. And Michelle, you know what they say about us tall guys? Long legs and thick cocks. Kevin says, glad you had a good experience with him. And Shell Drapel says, he looks terrified. Yeah, that's kind of the joke. He does look terrified. But it's I look pissed. I look like I'm shaking him down for money, or I'm trying to slip him money. Oh, it's funny. There's a video of when I went through the photo thing, and you hear this chick in this background. He's touching him. He's actually touching him. I think I put my arm around, like, my hand on the small of his back when we took the picture, like you do when you take a picture with the gal. Just habit. I'm going to be getting shit about that for a while. And I'm sure the boys on Three Sides are going to have a lot of fun with that one as well. And Dave Stabley says, why does this look like a bitch, where's my money moment? Yeah, that sounds about right. David says, did you get to ask for his autograph? All the books were pre-autographed, David. So I got my Paul Stanley autograph, and Priya just laughs. It was fun. I got my Paul Stanley story. I did pitch him an idea, and I'm not going to tell you guys about it because that would ruin the fun. Yes, Tim, I know. Tim comments on the post with all the album covers. Foil, Creatures of the Night was originally a Mast album. I know. But I decided to put the re-release into the countdown for fun and debauchery. There you go. So yeah, there's that. There's that story, and 80s Kiss, I love it, man. I really do. Tommy Summers, real estate agent, checking in. Gunter says, now you can buy them all ripped up for me, More, I meant. Okay, there you go. And Michelle says, we gave one to Ricky Vodka. Don't know who that is. But yeah, my first Kiss concert was Hot in the Shade. And it was supposed to be Creatures of the Night, but my cousin wouldn't take me. So my mom said somebody had to take me. Well, obviously I couldn't drive yet, so somebody had to take me. And I lived in St. Cloud, which is about an hour away from where the Met Center, God rest its soul, was. where that show was. So actually, no, that was at St. Paul Civic Center. Creatures of the Night was St. Paul, not Creatures, but Crazy Nights was St. Paul Civic Center with White Lion as the opener. Motorcrest guitar and vocals. Yeah, I don't know him very well. I don't. But so that was supposed to be my first show, and my cousin Gary, the Great Big Stack Attack, refused to take me. So I had to wait until junior year, hot in the shade. May 25th, 1990 would have been that first show, Kiss Slaughter and Faster Pussycat. And there was points where I was in tears. Went with my drummer in high school, Mike Sodnitis, and his gal Sue, and a gal by the name of Nikki Latsky, who I was good friends with and had a large crush on, who unfortunately passed away our senior year in high school. She got killed in a car accident. So every time I see Kiss, I get flashbacks of taking Nikki to that show. But hey, it is what it is. Never forget her. Tommy says that photo looks fine, not creepy at all. Well, thanks, Tommy. That means a lot coming from you. Amber, don't stroke his. Actually, no, he doesn't have the ego. It's Brandvold that has the ego. Tommy Summers, you are a legend, dude. A lot of people talking about Three Sides of the Coin last night, online while we were waiting online for the Paul Stanley experience. A lot of Three Sides fans there. A few people knew me from there. That was pretty cool. And a few people I had to tell that I was on the show. But I'm okay with it because, you know me, I am what they would call a glory hound. Yes, a glory hound. Then my second Kiss show, of course, would have been Kiss Alive 3. Or the Revenge Tour. Then the first time I met them was the Kiss Alive 3. They did an in-store at Sam Goody at the Mall of America, which I waited in line for. And I remember, I'm going to remember that day distinctly. One, because it was, the first time I ever was in the same room with Kiss. But I remember pulling up, and that was like 2 weeks after they imploded the Met Center. After the North Stars had left. And it still hurts me to this day. And I remember pulling up, and that motherfucker was still standing. They didn't tear it down yet. It was still standing in its shambles with like 2 or 3 of the walls still up. And I almost shed a tear because, it's the Mets. That's where I first saw Kiss. That's where the North Stars played. God damn. Still hurts. Fucking Norm Green. But I remember waiting in line for that and running into some people that I didn't know yet but ended up being good friends with later on in life. Nick Bourne from the 93X Morning Show was in line. I knew him from a couple years ago. We used to work at the car wash together at St. Cloud. And of course, like everybody, we bonded over Kiss. Yes, Norm Green still sucks. Tommy, look, Norm isn't the only reason that the Stars are gone. I mean, he took them. But there's a large part, and not to turn this into a hockey show, because it is Kiss Week, and the show is all about Kiss, but the Minneapolis Sports Commission had a very large part in the North Stars moving. Norm Green wanted to add some luxury suites to the Met Center because he loved the location. I loved it there too. It was a parking lot. It had a parking lot. It was like an iconic building, and the players always said it was the best ice in the league. But he wanted $15 million to add luxury boxes to the Met Center, and Minneapolis Sports Commission said no. They offered him a better deal at the Target Center, and he said, well, fuck you. And there was some shit going on behind the scenes as well. But that was the straw that took the North Stars out of Minnesota. So, all right, enough hockey talk. Yeah, Kiss Alive 3. And then, of course, the infamous Kiss Convention Tour. And then I didn't see him again until the fucking reunion tour. Because that, of course, the convention tour turned into Kiss Unplugged, which Matt Pinfield was on this show earlier, talking about how that he was very essential in that happening because he was with MTV at the time and they didn't want to do it and they had to. He had to talk them into it. And Bruce had said on the show last week as well that the only reason that happened is because MTV said, no Ace or Peter, no Kiss Unplugged. And it happened, and of course, the rest is history. Michelle says, Roger has seen Kiss on the Dynasty Tour 1979, Creatures of the Night Tour 82, and late 80s again in the 90s, one more time in the 2000s. I think the last time I saw Kiss as a band would have been 2012 at the St. Paul, it would have been the Minnesota State Fair, in the fairgrounds in St. Paul. It was Kiss, Motley Crue, and The Treatment. And I'm not going to lie, it was not a good show. It was going through the motions and vocal issues on somebody. And Motley was same thing, just going through it. They just didn't have it. It was just maybe it was because I was high up. I don't know. But The Treatment was fucking awesome. I thought The Treatment blew them all away. So yeah, I saw them on the reunion tour, twice on the reunion tour. Then I think on the Psycho Circus tour and the Farewell tour and the Aerosmith tour. Then counting, I can't count all the solo shows like the Ace show, and I think Ace is the only one I've seen solo. Because I don't count Bruce with the Union. That's not a solo show. That's a band with a former member of Kiss. I don't know. But, it's all history to me. It really, really, really is. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to take a short little break, and we are going to come back with my worst to first non-makeup album countdown. But before we do that, before we go to break, you guys can get your picks in as well. You can get your countdowns in as well. All you have to do is get on your phone and use that little voice recorder and record it, and then email it to Izzy at izzypresleyproductions.com. And I will play it on Monday's show, but if you're not comfortable doing that and you just want to type it out, email it to Izzy at izzypresleyproductions.com. I need them by Sunday night. And then I'll play them on Monday's show. So right now, I'm going to play for you an example. This is Philip Shoes from the Ace Frehley Band, formerly the Gene Simmons Band, and of course, the Rock and Roll Residency, giving his countdown. And then, when we come back, I will give you my Kiss non-makeup album countdown, worst to first. Here we go. Philip Shoes, everybody.
Hey, Izzy, it's Phil Shouse, that is, from the Ace Frehley Band. Used to be Gene Simmons' band. I'm here to give you my list, my countdown of the Kiss non-makeup albums. So here we go. Coming in last place is Carnival of Souls because I've never heard it. Coming in next to last place is Hot in the Shade because I can't finish it. Coming in next to that one is Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. This only beats those two because it had some good songs on it, but it had two original gems on that one. And you recut the bass line to Rock and Roll All Night, which didn't need to be touched. It's fantastic the way it is. So that could have been last because of the recut of the bass line. That is not cool. Coming in before that one is Crazy Nights. It's got a couple cool tunes on it, but it's got Bang Bang You and No No No, which are completely atrocious. Next is Animalize. I do dig Animalize. It had some. I think it had some better tunes on it. The Heavens on Fire was a big single, of course. Only's a Hunter. Burn Bitch Burn is pretty bad. So that's kind of keeping it low. Under the Gun's cool. I kind of like that one. And coming in before that one is Asylum. There's several good tunes on here. King of the Mountain is great. Who Wants to Be Lonely I really like a lot. And I think like the hidden gem on that one of this one is Secretly Cruel. Secretly Cruel sounds like an old Kiss song to me. The changes, the melody, everything is great. It's one of my favorite non-makeup Kiss tunes. I really, really like that song a lot. And of course, All Night's on there too. Coming up before that one is Lick It Up. All kinds of good tunes on Lick It Up. It's a great album. Before that one is Revenge, which I think by far is the best. Was my favorite by far. It was also their coolest look too. They went to black leather and chrome and spikes and chains and just looked really, really tough. And they sounded tough and mean too, which was a really good change from where they had been. And number one, I put a Live 3 on there. It was tough for me to find a place for the live album in the midst of studio records, but that's my favorite one because it's my first Kiss tour I saw was Revenge Tour, so that's special. And you had fantastic versions of that lineup, which kicked ass, playing all those old classic Kiss tunes because they really opened up the set list that year and started playing some cool songs. And, I mean, it sounds great, and the band's on fire. Paul's singing his balls off on that whole thing. So anyway, there's my €2. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good evening, y'all.
All right, there you go. Phil Schaus, Ace Frehley Band, and formerly Gene Simmons Band, and the Rock and Roll Residency. So there's that's your blueprint. Phil left off, which I cannot believe he left off, was Kiss Unplugged. I can't believe he left off Unplugged. You know, and well, I will have the non-makeup release of Creatures in my list. Why? Why not? It was technically a non-makeup release, even though it was originally released with makeup and they just put a new cover on it and put it out. But I left that out. We're going to get into that in all just a little bit. Going to take a short little break. Get your lists in by Sunday night for replay on Monday. I'll play them on Monday or read them on Monday. Just get on your phone, hit that little record button on the voice memo, and send it over to Izzy at izzypresleyproductions.com, and then I'll play it. Or if you don't have the guts to do it, just type it up and send it to me, and I'll read them as well. So there you go. I'm going to reach out to a few people to get theirs on the show, so hopefully I get a few of those in. So, all right, take a short little break. Be right back with my Kiss non-makeup album countdown.
Retro Arcade brings Minnesota and surrounding areas arcade games from the days gone by. All of those great games from pizza joints and arcades are available in cocktail units and custom machines. Dozens of favorites from your youth in one machine to complete your game room or man cave. Retro Arcade also sells and services your favorite pinball machines. Find them at facebook.com/80arcade. That's facebook.com/80arcade. Retro Arcade. Your youth is just one click away.
RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tom Arnold. I like fat women and cocaine. And you're listening to Izzy Presley here on another fucking podcast. And I know Izzy from Cocaine Anonymous meetings. I've actually seen him at the meetings with Ace Von Johnson from, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but Ace has got a bad coke problem. And his sponsor is Josh Todd from, and again, I shouldn't say this out loud, but Josh is his sponsor for Buck Cherry. He's addicted to upskirt porn. And they're both being sponsored by the Eagles. The whole band, the Eagles. Anyways, another fucking podcast right here with Izzy Presley, and call your sponsor. Fucking A.
Yeah, there we go. We are back. I'm going to get into my list in a second here. We got more comments coming in on the On the photo, let's see. God damn it. The Great Babu checking in. You're like a dude in Minneapolis, not Detroit, dipshit. That's a dude in Minneapolis, not Detroit, dipshit. I don't get it. Cornered, Craig says. Michael Baldwin says, are you robbing him? Daryl and Ray says, what did you do? Carrie Schnecker, who was obviously somewhere behind me in line, posted more photos of me posing with Paul. Bob Kappa says, I think it's pretty obvious here that they were playing rock, paper, scissors to see who's on bottom tonight. Jesus Christ. Oh, God, you guys. Bobber, the Great Babu says, damn, suck my Nitus reference. Yes, there was a Mike Nitus reference. Lisa says, it does look like you were accusing him of stealing your chili burger. And now I want a chili burger. Thank you so much, Lisa. Appreciate that. Brian Sauer says, she didn't hurt you, did she? Bobber, I'm live on the air. And Brandvold, of course, going back to the well one too many times. Izzy, trust me, 7-Eleven pasta is amazing. Paul, back away now. Okay, that was kind of funny. Let's see. This is the message from the Great Babu. Don't you remember the Union show that came out? We love it here in Detroit. No, they said Duluth. They said Duluth, not Detroit. Said Duluth. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for my Kiss non-makeup album countdown. Once again, you guys can get your picks in easily by sending them to me at Izzy at izzypresleyproductions.com. Get on your phone, record them with your voice recorder, and send the email. Send it as an attachment to the email to Izzy at izzypresleyproductions.com, or if you don't have the testicular fortitude to do that, just want to type it out, just email it to Izzy at izzypresleyproductions.com, and on Monday night, I will read them or play them on the air. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Kiss non-makeup album countdown, as done by me, one Izzy Presley. Coming in at number 11. Carnival of Souls. I think this might be a no-brainer for a lot of you. I think Carnival of Souls is the elder of the non-makeup era. Izzy, why do you say that? Well, because it's not really a Kiss record. Oh, well, how can you say that? They put it out as the Kiss name. Well, it's just not a Kiss record because it's Kiss being those chameleons that they were. But putting out a grunge record, it was like their take on Alice in Chains. And not that it's a terrible record. Not that it's a terrible record. Tommy Thayer collaborated in Childhood's End. And Jamie St. James of Black and Blue co-wrote In My Head. I did not know that. This album was actually never going to be released because of the reunion. Bootleg copies were circulated by fans, prompting the band to officially release the material in 1997 under the title Carnival of Souls: The Final Sessions. It's got its moments. Hate is a good song. Master and Slave. Jungle, I think, is a good song. I tried to revisit this record, and there's just not a lot of good stuff there. And it's not that they're not good songs. It's just that they're not Kiss songs to me. Like I said before, in the 80s, when Kiss kind of chameleoned into that 80s sound, they still sounded like Kiss. And this one didn't do that, for me at least. I'm not saying it's a bad record. I'm just saying it's just not a Kiss record to me. No music video was made to promote the single, which was Jungle, but it made it number 8 on the U.S. mainstream rock chart. I did not know that. And which later won a Metal Edge Reader's Choice Award for Song of the Year. I did not know that as well. So coming in at number 11, Carnival of Souls. All right, let's get to number 10. Hot in the Shade. Yes, this should be higher because this was my very first Kiss tour. Of course, the last album featuring the late Eric Carr. Eric Carr singing lead vocals on Little Caesar. And this album, I thought did have some good songs. I thought that I love Hide Your Heart. I love Forever. I love Rise to It. But the problem with Hot in the Shade, and a lot of people, well, it just sounds like a bunch of demos, blah, 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 blah. It's just too damn long. Just too damn long. They could have cut a lot of the fat off of this. I think Silver Spoon is a great song. I Love You, Love Me to Hate You. Streets giveth and take the street taketh away. I can't read. Is a great song. I love Little Caesar. King of Hearts is a great song. Read My Body, could do without. Prisoner of Love, can do without. I do kind of dig Love Is Like a Slap in the Face. Boomerang, I could do without as well. So yeah, just cut the fat, cut it down from 15 to maybe 12, 11 songs, and I think you would have had a strong Kiss non-makeup era record. And like I said, there's some songs on this that I love. I mean, we play in the Ace Frehley tribute, we play Hide Your Heart. Of course, we play the Ace Frehley version of it. But yeah, it has its moments, and I think Forever is probably one of the greatest songs Kiss ever put out. And yes, it was co-written by frickin' Michael Bolton. But a good song is a good song. So there's that. There is your number 11, Hot in the Shade. All right. Let us move on to number 10. Smashes, thrashes, and hits. Actually, this is number 9 because Hot in the Shade would have been number 10. Number 11. Number 11 was Carnival of Souls. Smashes, thrashes, and hits. The greatest hits album featuring 2 new songs called Let's Put the X in Sex and You Make Me Rock Hard, featuring a bunch of remixes of old songs from the 70s and 80s. And, of course, the re-record of Beth featuring Eric Carr vocals. And Eric Carr did a very, very fine job on the vocals on that, but that also leads into the argument that Kiss fans are having now about Eric Singer singing Beth live in the show, because that was Peter Criss's song. I'm torn. I mean, I get it. I understand why they do it. I understand why they play it. I understand why they have Eric sing it. I understand why they had Eric sing it on this, is because this is probably this was Kiss's biggest hit ever. But I don't know if they put Eric on there just to stick it to Peter. It's a very good reason. I've heard them talk about it before. It's like, why don't we have Eric sing Beth? I would love to get down to the bottom of that. And if I ever have Bruce back on the show, I'm going to talk to Bruce about that, because I think that's a very, very interesting conversation. But I do love Let's Put the X in Sex. Rock Hard You Make Me Rock Hard may be one of the cheesiest songs Paul Stanley has ever written. But yet I love Let's Put the X in Sex. It's got a groove to it. Heard somebody knocking, so I opened up the door. She wore a hat, shades, and a trench coat. Wasn't wearing that much more. That's a great song. And I guess I didn't realize what Phil Shell said in his countdown, that Rock and Roll Night, they re-recorded the bass line. I did not know that. All the rest of the songs are remixes. I don't think I Was Made for Loving You was a remix, and Tears Are Falling was not a remix as well. Lick It Up, Heaven's on Fire were also not remixes. Everything else would have been a remix, and of course, your track listing, Let's Put the X in Sex, You Make Me Rock Hard, Love Gun, Detroit Rock City, I Love It Loud, Deuce, Lick It Up, Heaven's on Fire, Calling Dr. Love, Strutter, Beth, Tears Are Falling, I Was Made for Loving You, Rock and Roll All Night, and Shout It Out Loud. Which is actually a very strong Kiss set. It's all the hits, but it is a very strong Please Everybody Kiss set, especially if they played Let's Put the X in Sex. All right, moving on to number 8. Lick It Up. Izzy, how can you put Lick It Up all the way down at number 8? Well, I have my reasons. I think this is a very strong record. But there's a couple songs on here that just kind of ruin it for me. Give Me More and the song Lick It Up. Lick It Up, the song, the studio version. It's boring. It's repetitive. It's there's nothing. There's no solo. And it's some of Paul's cheesier lyrics. But yet I love the live version. I love the live version in Animalized Live Uncensored, and of course I love the live version in Alive 3. It just, those live versions, they add something to it. They add a guitar solo and those little extra down, just adds that just little touch to the song to make it so much better. And it's heavier. It's much heavier. So there you go. Number 8 is Lick It Up. I do love Young and Wasted. I love Not for the Innocent. I love I love pretty much every song on this record except for Give Me More and the song Lick It Up. All right. Let us move on to number 7.
Vinny Tortorich here.
No! Wrong one. Kiss Animalize. Kiss Animalize in at number 7. Another album that I really, really enjoy. I think this is a heavy record. This is more of, I think this is more of an extension of Creatures than it is of Lick It Up. It's got its super high parts. The opening track, I've Had Enough, Into the Fire. I love a large majority of these songs. Murder in High Heels, I think, is a decent song. Not a fan of When the City Sleeps. Thrills in the Night is a great song. Under the Gun is a great song. Lonely in the Hunter is a great song. Get All You Can Take, because they swear in it. I actually even enjoy Burn Bitch Burn. Yes, Izzy, you're talking about the cheesiness of some of Paul's lyrics in You Make Me Rock Hard. And Lick It Up. Come on, you got to live like you're on vacation. But Burn Bitch Burn, as cheesy as it is, I love it. It's got a great riff. And it's all about the presentation of the song, which goes back to the live version of Lick It Up. It's all about the presentation. The presentation takes away from the cheesiness of it. I love Burn Bitch Burn. Heaven's on Fire, you can't complain about it all. And, I mean, come on. The opening track, I've Had Enough, Into the Fire. Monstrous. Monstrous. All right, so 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, just got to make sure I'm in the right counting because, sometimes my counting is off base. Oh, we got Paul Says Revenge. We're getting to it. We're getting to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 6 on the Kiss non-makeup album countdown. The most overrated Kiss non-makeup record. Kiss Revenge. Dun, 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 dun. I should have put that. I didn't have enough room to put the the Price is Right losing horn. Because I had to leave commercials in there. But and my little soundboard. They got to give me more room for sound bites so I can play more shit like that. Kiss Revenge, released May 19th, 1992. The tour was awesome. The set list was fucking amazing. The album itself would have been the very first release, full-blown Kiss release featuring Eric Singer on drums. They revamped their look. They went for a heavier look. That, oh my God, that video for Unholy, it made you feel Slayer. It was so cool. And of course, Car Jam 81, your last appearance by Eric Carr on a Kiss record. Izzy, how can you say this album is overrated? How can you put this at number 6? Number 6! Well, let me tell you. As strong as some of these songs are, Unholy, Take It Off, Tough Love is Spit is a great song. Domino is a great song. Heart of Chrome is a great song. Thou Shalt Not. It's an amazing song. I love the ballad every time I look at you. Paralyzed. And then there's I Just Wanna. I used to love I Just Wanna, but I've been realizing the cheesiness of I Just Wanna. I'm not a big fan of I Just Wanna. I mean, it does rock. It's fun, but it's just, I don't like the vocal breakdown in the middle. I don't like the whole Summertime Blues melody ripoff. Got a body built for sin and an appetite for passion. 'Cause there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. It's just, yeah. And then there is that big pile of flaming hot garbage, God Gave Rock and Roll to You Too. It appeared on the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey soundtrack, which I rather enjoyed it on. I rather enjoyed it on that. But it was a great soundtrack record. A great soundtrack song. As far as being on a Kiss release, other than like a compilation, I don't like it. It's one of those songs, or if I'm listening to Hair Nation, I turn it off. It is what it is. It's just blah. If God Gave Rock and Roll to You Too was not on this record, this album clearly, easily would have shot up to at least number 2 on my list. Because I can deal with I Just Wanna, God Gave Rock and Roll to You Too. I just can't do. So that is why Revenge on this list as the most overrated Kiss record is at number 6. Uh-oh. We got people chiming in. Yes, they do play it a lot on Hair Nation. It's there's so many great non-makeup era songs that they can play on Hair Nation. They play fucking God Gave Rock and Roll to You. All right, let us move on to album number 5 on the Izzy Presley Kiss non-makeup album countdown. In 1985, Kiss re-released an album called Creatures of the Night with new packaging, with Bruce and Eric on the cover, with no makeup. This I decided to put into the list because when I did this list on the Monsters of Rock Morning Show, I excluded this. I excluded Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. I excluded Alive 3, and I excluded Kiss Unplugged. But I thought to make this fresh, to make this different, to make this new, to make this different from the countdown I did on the Monsters of Rock morning show, I was going to throw a wrench in it and put Creatures of the Night in. Because, well, for a couple reasons. The album fits in more with the 80s sound than it does the 70s sound. It fits in more with a non-makeup era sound than it does with the original 70s band sound. You got new members, you got new writing styles, you got new talents on guitar, different talents, I should say, because Ace is Ace, and Ace will always be Ace, and Ace will always be God. But you bring in Vinnie Vincent, and totally change the sound of the band. So that is why I added Creatures of the Night, and plus they did re-release it as a non-makeup album. So there is my go-to, there is my in, and that is why Creatures of the Night, the 85 version, which is exactly the same record with different packaging, made it into number 5. Now we look at the track list. Creatures of the Night, great song. Saint and Sinner, You Keep Me Coming, Rock and Roll Hell, amazing song. Danger, good tune. I Love It Loud, Sorry Tommy Summers, I Love It Loud. I Still Love You, Sorry Mark Cicchini, I Still Love You. Killer is a good song, and of course, War Machine. The only reason that this album, there's a note that I guess I did not realize. On the 1985 re-release of the albums, track 2 and 8 were switched. Oh, and there was remixes on this too. I did not know this. So Killer and Saint and Sinner were switched on the 85 release, and Creatures of the Night, I Love It Loud, and War Machine were remixed. Very, very interesting. And ironically, this is the first version of this album that I ever owned. And I remember trying to draw Gene's makeup on him on the cover like a dumbass. Now I think I still have it. Yeah, I do still have it. It's back at home. It's next time I drive back to Minnesota, when I get my fucking records, bring them back, I will have this again. And I'm rather excited about it. I still don't have the vinyl of the original cover, though. So there is your number 5, Creatures of the Night. Oh, boy. Melissa, how you doing? And Michelle, excuse you? I'm going to take a chance right now to remind you guys, the second half of the show is brought to you by AMP Productions Laser Engraving. That's aplasers.com. Mother's Day is Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. It is not too late. Hit them up, aplasers.com, and get your mom something special and laser engraved. They are based out of central Minnesota, and they do fine work. They are so good they can even laser engrave a hot dog bun, so you can just imagine the kind of work that they can do. Hit them up, aplasers.com. And if you are in a band, you have a business, you need a logo, you need a design, hit up johnpalumbodesign.com. John Palumbo can do all of that for you. John Palumbo is a fine human being, a good friend, and one hell of a model American. And a very, very, very talented motherfucker. Hit him up at johnpalumbodesign.com. All right, folks, back to the list. Oh, I did burp, yes. I'm drinking LaCroix water. It makes you belch. All right, number 4. Sorry, Michael Brandville. Number 4 is Crazy Nights. I thoroughly enjoy this record. Izzy, you say all those other fucking albums are cheesy. Those songs are cheesy. How in the hell can you put Crazy Nights at number 4? Well, it was at number 2 on my last list. I love this record. I think the only song that I do not like on this record is Walls Come Down. Crazy Crazy Nights is cheesy, but it's anthemy and fun. I'll Fight Hell to Hold You is a great song. Bang Bang You is a fun song. No, 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 I thoroughly enjoy. Hell or High Water is a good song. My Way is fun. It's poppy. Walls Come Down, I can do without. Reason to Live is a top-notch power ballad. That song did very, very well on MTV. Good Girl Gone Bad. One of, it's that Gene Simmons 80s signature sound. Turn on the Night. I love this. I actually did a Weird Al version of this. I never recorded. I just wrote the lyrics. When this came out, called Turn Off the Lights. I was rather proud of that. I remember reading it to Mark Immold as we were walking somewhere. And the last track, Thief in the Night, another one of those classic Gene 80s sound songs. Singles, Crazy Crazy Nights, Reason to Live, and Turn on the Night. Turn on the Night might be one of my favorite Kiss songs, as well as Reason to Live. I thoroughly enjoy this record. I really, really do. Like I said, this was at number 2 on the countdown when I did this on the Monsters of Rock morning show. All right, moving on to number 3. Kiss Alive 3. This is an amazing album. Other than the fact that God Gave Rock and Roll to You 2 is on it. Even the frickin' live version is cheesy. Opening up just hugely with Creatures of the Night. The bombastic mix and sound of this album is great. And this is when they went back and they brought back Deuce. But I just that song's a little bit better live, because he's got that little fuck thing in the middle. Unholy. Heaven's on Fire. Of course, there's going to be, there's going to be revenge songs in this because this is off the Revenge tour. And I had the Japanese import of this, so it had an extra bonus track on it. Heaven's on Fire is a heavy, great version of that. Watching You, my God, Watching You just rules on this. Domino. I Was Made for Loving You, which is heavy as fuck on this album, and I love it. I Still Love You. Paul just kills it. Rock and Roll All Night. Didn't close with Rock and Roll All Night, and that classic drum intro isn't in there. Actually, is it? No, I don't think it is. They just go tss, 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 boom, boom. Yeah, I don't think that classic drum intro was in there. Straight into the live version of Lick It Up, which I love. Like I talked about before, I love the live version. I hate the studio version. The shit that they add in there in the live version takes that big flaming ball of melting cheese and turns it into a fun rock and roll song. And heavy as hell on this record, because this is a heavy, heavy era. Bruce played his ass off on this. Then your bonus track from the Japanese version, which was Take It Off. Of course, that was a favorite part of the show because, strippers on stage. I Love It Loud, just for you, Tommy Summers. Detroit Rock City. God Gave Rock and Roll to You too. Blah. And the Star Spangled Banner. I annoyed the hell out of people with that version of the Star Spangled Banner. One year on the 4th of July, we're down at Wilson watching the fireworks, and I just kept playing it on repeat, and people wanted to stab me. But I was okay with it. It's like I was having a patriotic moment, damn it, and I was having a patriotic moment with Kiss. So that's your number 3, the non-makeup album countdown with Kiss Alive 3. Let's move on to number 2, shall we? Kiss Unplugged. This might be my favorite Kiss live record. It really might. Not because of the return of Ace and Peter. It's just the set list is amazing. Of course, they had that whole Kiss what the hell was that called? The Kiss Convention tour to fine-tune these songs before they ended up doing this live on MTV. Not quote-unquote live. And, like we said, this almost didn't happen. It almost didn't happen. You had people like Matt Pinfield at MTV fighting for this to happen. And, of course, as Bruce said on Tuesday night on the show, that the only reason MTV let it happen is to get Ace and Peter on the show. And, of course, we know that this led to the reunion because the offers started coming in and they just could not say no. I think there's a little bit more to it. I think there was meetings beforehand, and this just kind of made him realize that, yep, this is it, man. This is what we have to do. And Bruce was talking about how great this show was. And I told Bruce, like, this was Paul at his absolute best. Paul Stanley on this show was fucking unbelievable. I mean, I Still Love You. Fuck. I mean, look at this set list. Coming Home. Plaster Caster. Going Blind. How many Kiss fans thought they would ever hear Going Blind live until this came out? Do You Love Me? Domino, Sure Know Something, World Without Heroes. And there you go, a song off the fucking Elder. Rock Bottom, See You Tonight, I Still Love You, Every Time I Look at You. I would have preferred Forever. Every Time I Look at You is a great song. It was cool what they did with the orchestra. I don't think you could have did that with Forever as cool as it was with Every Time I Look at You. But I still love Forever. And, of course, Ace and Peter joining the band once again for 2000 Man and Beth, then the whole band on stage for Nothing to Lose and Rock and Roll All Night. And, of course, the Japanese release got added Got to Choose, which is one of my favorite Kiss songs. My problem with Nothing to Lose is they had Eric singing Gene's part. And he did a fine job on it. I would have loved to hear Gene sing that because, Gene sings that and Peter does the chorus in the classic form. But it is what it is. And Rock and Roll Night, that song, I could handle never hearing Rock and Roll Night ever again. But, it's that signature anthem song. So your number 2 Kiss non-makeup album is Kiss Unplugged. And I tell you what, I still get goosebumps when I listen to it. I really do. I remember I was sitting on the couch in my mom's basement. I was bouncing up and down when Ace and Peter came walking out. But I was in tears when it started because I was so geeked that Kiss was live on MTV doing an unplugged show. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, your number 1, your reigning, defending number 1 Kiss non-makeup album, exactly the same one as I had on the top of my countdown on the Monsters of Rock morning show. Kiss Asylum. Yes, the cover sucks, but it's got its own little charm. It kind of fit the time. It kind of fit the look of the band at the time and the height of the glam metal sound and era. I think this is a heavy-ass record. And there are some amazing, amazing songs on this. And I told Bruce the first time I interviewed him that this is what Kiss would have sounded like with Eddie Van Halen as their lead guitar player. We always heard the stories about, Gene wanted Eddie and Alex in the band. And this is the closest we are ever going to get to what Kiss would have sounded like with Eddie Van Halen as a guitar player. Well, how can you say that? Well, Vinny was shredding, but there's a difference between shredding and tasty. Bruce shredded on this record, but it was tasty. I mean, listen to I'm Alive. Go in and crank I'm Alive and listen to the guitar on that album or that song. That is what Kiss would have sounded like with Eddie Van Halen as their guitar player. Fucking Bruce just slays on it. Great vocal, great track. Let's do, it kicks off with that fucking huge drum again. King of the Mountain. Any way you slice it is a great song. It's cheesy to a point, but again, it goes back to the presentation of the song. Yeah, I belched again for you. Who Wants to Be Lonely? Kiss classic. Trial by Fire. Oh, freaking! I might have to listen to this record again tonight. Annoy my passengers with it. Then, of course, I'm Alive. I'm telling you, Bruce, I think this is Bruce's best work with Kiss. As great as he was on Revenge, this is the creme de la creme of Bruce Kulick's playing in Kiss. Love's a Deadly Weapon. Again, it's that classic Gene 80s sound. A lot of people rip on the 80s Gene sound, and it's like, I think he had some good songs in the 80s. They just weren't what you were used to hearing. They weren't God of Thunder. They weren't, they weren't Christine 16. They weren't Love 'Em, Leave 'Em. It was a different time. It was a different era. They say he's checked out. He kind of mailed it in, but I think for mailing it in, Gene Simmons did a fucking hell of a job. A lot better than he gets credit for in the 80s. Secretly Cruel, great song. Tears Are Falling in front of that. Kiss classic. Kiss, that might be the first Kiss solo I ever learned. Quote unquote learned. Radar for Love. All Night. Just see those fucking nurses shaking on those beds. God damn it. So there you go. Kiss Asylum, your number one Kiss non-makeup album, according to me. And of course, this is all my opinion. That's the beauty part of this, and I cannot wait to hear yours. All you got to do, get on your phone, hit that little voice recorder, record your countdown, and email it to me, Izzy at izzypresleyproductions.com, and I will play it on the air on Monday night. And if you don't want to do that, you want to type it out, that's fine too. Email me the list. I will read it. I'm going to have a couple in-studio guests. Scotty Slam from Circus of Power. Matt Larson will be joining. Maybe we can get DJ Will over here. I don't think we're going to be able to because of the time. And I know we got the rest of the guys from Ace's band going to be chiming in. We heard Phil's, and I will replay Phil's on Monday night. And I reached out to a lot of people, so we get some rock stars chiming in. And if anybody gets this to Jericho to get his take, I would love that, because I do not know him personally enough to, I don't have his email. That's pretty much why. So Tommy, please reach out to Mr. Jericho and Mr. Andy Biersek. I would love to hear theirs. And I have a feeling Jericho would love to do this. Maybe I pissed him off enough to have to come on the show and debate me. I would love that even more. Showtime on Monday. Usually on this Izzy Presley show, we are at 5 o'clock California time, but that might change. I do have, a little gig I'm working this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and that might roll over into 2 weeks. So if that happens, all the shows will happen. Just it'll be late. So don't worry. I mean, you'll still be able to hear it even if you can't hear it live. You just have to download it on Spreaker or download it on iTunes, Google, or wherever you get your podcast. It will be there. So get to iTunes, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening live right now on Spreaker, hit that follow button. You will find out every single time that I am live. So there you go. This has been the Kiss non-makeup album countdown. And let's, anybody that just joined us in the middle of it, let's go back through it one more time. At number 11 was Carnival of Souls. At number 10, was Hot in the Shade. At number 9, Smashes and Thrashes and Hits. At number 8 was Lick It Up. At number 7 was Kiss Animalize. At number 6, the most overrated Kiss record, Kiss Revenge. At number 5, because there was remixes on it, and it was re-released with a non-makeup album in 1985, Creatures of the Night. At number 4, Crazy Nights. At number 3, Kiss Alive 3. At number 2, Kiss Unplugged. And the only reason that wasn't number 1 is because Asylum is so goddamn good. Kiss Asylum, your number 1 Kiss non-makeup album. So there you go. Let me hit the outro. Amber says, I love Asylum. The album and the cover, always thought it was a cool cover. Well, there you go. Michelle says, I agree, love it. Amber says, great list and great show. I cannot wait to hear yours. So you know the drill. Get on your phone, hit that record button on your voice memo, and send it to me. Izzy at IzzyPresleyProductions.com, and I will play them on the air on Monday night. We'll keep you updated on what time the show is going to be. I hope this gig I'm going to do this weekend gets picked up for these 2 weeks, because anything is better than driving Lyft. So Monday night will be the fan show. You guys with your lists, I cannot wait to hear them. Make sure you do hit all the social media at Real Izzy Presley, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And the show page, of course, is Another Effin' Podcast. Buy shirts. And if you don't want to buy the shirts, just send me money. IzzyPresley at yahoo.com is your PayPal. I'm okay with it because driving Lyft sucks. So there is that. We'll talk to you on Monday. Can't wait to hear your list. Don't forget, what I lack in talent, I make up for in cock. This has been the Izzy Presley Show. See you on Monday night, everybody. Kiss Week.